Quick summary of the banner. Narita Taisheen is a skip unless you are a whale and you can afford to pull on the Super Creek banner to MLB next banner. Yaeno Muteki SSR Power Card is an easy skip for anyone that does not have $400 to $600 to blow on this one pickup banner and also have enough to pull for the Super Creek rerun. This card is just a borrow slot card for spark runs, and you will never need to use this card for your aces because it's a power card. Narita Taisheen belongs in A-. Narita Taisheen is an end closer that has historically performed very well in mile and long races. Even though her mile aptitude is D, her unique skill, Nemesis, which activates on the final corner when she's 4th to 7th place and she overtook somebody on the final corner, it actually works better on mile races compared to, say, long races or medium races. This is due to how in most mile races, the final corner, right before the final corner, is still in the mid race, and so when her unique activates when she overtakes someone here, it will have a speed carryover effect, and she'll be able to carry that speed into the end game or like the late race. Her potential level 5 skill, Encroaching Shadow, which increases her acceleration on the straight in the last spurt. This means that if she's an end closer, the second she touches any straight, not just the home stretch, even the opposite straight, she will accelerate immediately as long as she's in the end game. So this means that, for example, in a mile race, she will be able to play as an end closer, she'll move down here, she'll cross the final corner, overtake somebody, activate unique skill, and then she's going to touch the late race, which is the blue part here, the cyan part, and then she's immediately going to activate Encroaching Shadow, which will accelerate her massively, run down the home stretch as an end closer. Encroaching Shadow and Straightaway Spurt is also an extremely strong skill for example, a long race, 3,200 meters. And so during the mid race, after the mid race, she's going to touch the late race here at the cyan part. And this, you would see that the cyan part is actually on a opposite straight. And so the second she touches the late race, she's going to accelerate here. And she's going to have a stronger acceleration than any other Uma in, like, for example, a 3,200 meter long race course. One thing you need to know about Encroaching Shadow and Straightaway Spurt is that if the Uma thinks to themselves, oh, I don't have enough stamina to sustain a full spurt all the way to the finish line, she'll actually delay the point of acceleration to the point where, oh, she thinks that she has enough stamina to sustain the full spurt, and then she'll activate. So you will see sometimes, for example, on Kyoto 3200, Narita Taisheen did not proc like Sleeping Lion, and so she'll just not activate like Encroaching Shadow, and then she'll just naturally chill, run down without like any acceleration. She's gonna run down here, and then she's only going to activate Encroaching Shadow here. This is a really bad thing to happen to any Uma that has Straightaway Spurt and Encroaching Shadow. Obviously, you're losing out on a lot of acceleration that you could have gotten if you had enough stamina. So yeah, the problem still lies in having enough stamina, and her bonus does not help with it. She has one massive caveat, or actually two massive caveats, and that is how she has Sleeping Lion, which I talked about in the stamina recovery skills video, that this skill is very inconsistent and can be easily manipulated and fail to activate. This skill is really just inconsistent, unreliable, and I would say just bad overall. And so she has like a really big problem onto how she can find a second goal recovery skill in, say, like Kyoto 3200 meters. And also added to the fact that she has a stat bonus of 10% speed and 20% guts. 20% guts is terrible, and it's just really sad overall. And you will have to have like a really strong support card deck to support her. This Uma is not really for the normal people who only have MLB Kira-san. You really have to up your deck strength to play her. This character has a freaking event that drops your mood down by 3 tiers and gives you practice pour right before the Kikasho. This is a demerit event that always happens every single game, and at this point, it has already become part of Narita Taisheen's identity. Yeah, I don't know about that, buddy. Like, Narita Taisheen is very cute. Her story is good, and her kit is also decent. But then there's just this event where, yeah, I kind of feel bad for Narita Taisheen enjoyers. But I do know a few people that just one-trick Narita Taisheen, and they endure that every single run, and they have no problem with it. You don't have to worry about not being able to cross Kikesho, but like, because like the thing is just only participate in the Kikesho. It's like the Urara Arimakina thing. Curing the effect before this race, before the Nikesho, I think, will help you get more stats here. After the Nikesho, if she already healed the practice pour before Nikesho, she will get like 4 mood up plus all stats 20. This scales on race bonus, alright? And then she's also going to get like skill points plus 70, which also scales on race bonus. And then she's gonna get double circle practice perfect, which gives you like 4% decreased chance of failing, which is pretty fine, I guess. But if you don't heal practice pour, you're going to only get 1 mood up and only get 1 all stats 50, and only get all stats plus 15. So the best course of action is just to go out to Jinja, and then the best course of action is just to go out to the shrine and then hope that it heals you, then get like Claw Machine, grab a bunch of dolls, and heal all of your mood at once. That is the most ideal, most lucky scenario, but how likely is that going to happen? Never, right? I think practice port isn't that bad. It's just a 2%. You're a gacha player. You're not scared of 2%, right? It's not worth the 1 round to heal practice pour, I think, but like the stats might be worth it. Just keep that in consideration, I guess. Yaeno Muteki SSR support card. It's a power card. Like, oh my gosh. This is the first instances of them trying to push the power card agenda. Like, there's Yaeno Muteki, there is Ogre Cap, there is Right Shower, Tamamo Cross, and like, power cards will never find its way into your ace deck because of how, firstly, it's a energy consuming training, because like it's not wit, right? And then secondly, it doesn't increase enough stamina to warrant for it to just stay on your deck. And like the stamina increase is so marginal that it's just not worth it to bring a power card for stamina. And then there's also the thing where speed training literally already increases power, so there's no point in wasting rounds to throw onto like power training facility, right? Power training facility is redundant and it's just a waste of rounds, and you are better off dumping it into speed, stamina, or wit. These are the speed, stamina, and wit are the better trainings, and power training is just really weak. Seriously, nobody likes to use power cards. Power cards are just weird. Alright then, Charles. Why did you say she was good? While she does not belong on your deck when you're making an ace, she is extremely good for spark farming. Sorry for the bad quality, but the idea is that you put this Yaeno Muteki card along with all the other cards that have skills that you want into the parent Uma. For example, Yaeno Muteki has Ramp Up, Playtime's Over, and Tail Health High, which are the most important skills and very strong skills in the game. I will get the skills onto Saiyan Sky, and then I'm going to inherit it through the sparks. Then when I'm playing my ace, I'm going to be able to get the skill sparks from the parents. This is the core idea of spark farming and using parents to inherit like skill sparks. What makes this card so special is 2 things. First of all, it has hint level 5. You see that the hint level 4, right? Increases the level of hints gained through events. So essentially what this means is that, say, for example, like Super Creek, if you get a hint from Super Creek, she has no hint level anything. So whenever you get a hint from Super Creek, it's going to be naturally hint level 1, right? It's not hint level 0, it's hint level 1. And so when you get a hint from Yaeno Muteki, which has hint level increased by 4 levels, this will mean that you immediately get a hint at max discount at 40%. There's no chance of you getting any repeats, and so you don't have to ever see like repeated hints ever again. So the point is, it's really easy to collect all the hints from her. You just click and you go. That's it. Alright, cool. Now, moving on to the second point, and I think is one of the most important points. So when you are spark farming, you want to get like important, difficult to get skills that are strong and help you win races, correct? You don't want to just grab any random skill you see on the street. You want to target specific skills that greatly increase the performance of your Umas. Allow me to introduce Tail Combo. Among the 5 skills that Yaeno Muteki has, Up Tempo is bad, Prepare to Pass is bad, Home Stretch Haste is like, it's fine, but I don't really care about it. But the main characters of this video is Ramp Up, Tail Held High, and Playtime's Over. Gold skill, we want to ignore it. Medium corners is extremely strong, also want to grab it, but I mainly want to talk about these 3. These 3 are different from your average speed skill. And they're different because they are all trigger skills. Ramp Up is a trigger skill that activates when you pass another runner mid-race. So when you overtake a person, even for a slight frame, you're going to increase your speed for 1.8 seconds. Cool. Tail Held High. Increase target speed for 0.15 for a base duration of 3 seconds after you activated 3 skills during the mid-race. So this is another trigger skill that activates when something happens, and in this case, it's activating 3 skills in the middle game, right? Only in the middle game. Now, Playtime's Over. The skill you can get from Yaeno Muteki's second event, where you can intentionally end the event chain. I think 100% of the time you should be ending the event chain right then and there, unless you somehow already got like Playtime's Over hint maxed out. I think you should always cut her event chain right here on the second event. This skill activates whenever somebody is behind you for 3 seconds. Behind near lane time is much easier than being blocked by some people. So behind near lane time has a much looser requirement, so you just have to have somebody behind you for like 3 seconds or more, and then it will speed you up for a base duration of 3 seconds or 0.15 seed. Take a look at this clip and focus on number 2. I'm using the JP version to serve as like a more exaggerated example of how the tail combo actually works, because it will be a little bit more easy to understand if it's like more exaggerated. So Vivlas, after entering the mid game, she procs 1 speed skill. She passed the mid game, so now we are already on the tally for like 3 speed skills for tail to activate, right? Okay, so this is 1 skill. Now she enters the corner. And so, right now, she will proc Professor of Curvature. Now, she procs another gold skill. This is, just treat this as a gold skill. She procs Professor of Curvature and another speed skill. And so, she activates 3 speed skills, and so she activates Tail Held High. This is the gold version of Tail Held High in the JP server. So now, she just activated a bunch of speed skills, and instead of trickling the speed skills and like scattering them all over the track and all over the middle game, instead she activates the speed skills concentrated at one single spot like a burst. She activates speed skills in a bursty style, and look what happens. She overtakes and she activates the trigger for Ramp Up. And so I had like 2 skills that activates on like an overtake. So this is Ramp Up, and also another skill that's like basically the same as Ramp Up. And so now she surges forward, and she procs like some random other skills and some more random skills, and she just overtakes 3 people in the span of 15 seconds. This is the power of Tail Held High. By concentrating the speed skills onto a single spot instead of spreading them out or relying on random speed skills, not saying that random speed skills are bad, but like by concentrating them into a single spot, you can get these effects. And just now I was able to completely overtake a bunch of people because nobody else was able to keep up with the bursty style that my Vivlas is playing. Every skill I buy on Vivlas, whether it's like a trigger skill or it's just a conditional random skill, I have an intention for it to activate at a certain point to make something like this happen, and to allow her to chain the speed skills instead of activating them one by one, which everybody else in the lobby is doing. Everybody else in the lobby is just activating skills randomly with no significant pattern, and so while they are consistently in the speed up mode, they are not able to overtake anyone or overtake me or even to defend my attacks because I activate in a burst instead of activating randomly. The key takeaway here is that Slipstream, Tail Held High, Playtime's Over, and Ramp Up all 4 of these skills are trigger skills. I didn't talk about Slipstream because it wasn't in the card. Slipstream you can acquire from Sweep Tosho, but Slipstream is also part of the combo. And so essentially, in an ideal world, you're going to enter the first corner in, like, say, Japanese Derby, right? Enter the first corner, activating Swinging Maisho and Professor of Curvature. These 2 skills are going to activate in the first corner. There's like, what, 70% chance that they activate in the middle leg of the first corner, right? If they don't insta-proc, because all Professor of Curvature and all Swinging Maisho procs on the first corner only. We talked about this in the last video. We're going to already have 2 stacks on our Tail Held High, and then we can activate some random skill, maybe like Slipstream because you're tailing somebody. You're following somebody, and now you proc Slipstream because you were behind them for 3 seconds. You also activate Tail Held High, and you have now yourself 0.3 target speed increase for 7.2 seconds because effective duration on 2400 meters is 7.2 seconds. It's like 3 times 2.4. So for 7.2 seconds, your Uma is going to be super aggressive, and she's going to switch to the outer lane. She's going to move up and attempt to overtake the Uma in front of her. Now, if you're on a corner, she might not be able to fully overtake that guy because she's losing distance on a corner. Now, here comes ramp up when you change your order for 1 time when you overtake the Uma in front of you. Ramp up for a base duration of 1.8 seconds is going to activate and increase your target speed for 0.15 for an effective duration of 4.32 seconds. With ramp up, you'll be able to get that just a little bit more extra speed to push your Uma over the other Uma in front of you. And this is assuming that they don't have playtimes over to defend their own position against the Slipstream attack. Because Slipstream is an attack skill. Playtimes over is a defending skill. These are trigger skills, and yeah, Umamusume is that serious. Subscribe to the channel right now. Do it, click the button, I know you want to. Like, this is what's actually going on in Umamusume PvP at the top, very, very top level. You don't buy skills for the sake of it. You don't buy any skill that you see. You don't buy all the skills that are just good. To be a top PvPer, you have to buy skills with intention. And that is the key takeaway for this video. And the key takeaway for why Yaeno Muteki is so important in your Spark deck. So to get all the skills like ramp up, tail held high, and playtimes over. I'm not saying that without these skills you won't be able to win. That's totally not true. Because anyone can just get like enough speed, enough stamina, enough some random speed skill, and then like medium S, and they will still be able to get like a very comfy 50-60% win rate in Champions Meeting. That's totally fine. But I'm just showing you in this video that this is possible. It feels like I'm trying to show like what an airplane is to like people from the medieval ages, but like I'm just letting you know that this is possible. Yaeno Muteki training effect, I don't really care. She has like decent training effect, I guess. Whatever. I'm not using her for a training effect card. I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking to MLB her. I want her at MLB to grab hit level 4 and grab all the ramp ups and all the tail held high and playtimes over into my Spark Parent. That's it. That's all I'm using her for. Perhaps she can't replace Ines Fujin, I guess. But like, you can probably use like R card Ines Fujin. I don't know. Just figured out how to get Slipstream and then get like the entire combo. For the next support card, the SR Zeno Roboroi, she's actually pretty good. If you would take a look at this, she has, when she's on stamina training, she has like 60 good rate, right? It's even higher than Super Creek herself. And so she has stamina bonus 1, and then training effect still has a respectable 5 and 40% motivational effect. And so she has a quite formidable stamina training effect, which actually surpasses Mino Top Gun in terms of stamina training only. And also, she has initial bond gauge of 20, which tops Mino Top Gun. I'd say that you just wait and pull on Creek Banner instead and wait to get her to MLB. She's not that important to MLB right now because you can just always use like other stamina cards or just stamina spark it all the way through, right? So yeah. That'll be it for this video. Subscribe to the channel and join the Discord if you haven't. I don't know, leaving a like or commenting apparently has an impact on like the engagement. So maybe do that, question mark? I don't know. I am still working on the preparation video. I really want to get it out fast, trust me. But like, yeah. I'll hopefully get it out today or tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the next video.